Welcome back, guys. This is Chris.
And I'm Drew.
And we're from Abstract Tiger Productions, and we are here with another RWBY reaction. This week we are going to be doing episode 6 and 7, another two-parter. Last time on RWBY, what we have?
Oh, we had so much. Okay. So we did episodes 4 and 5. And
yes, I said that, but yes.
Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe not. I didn't say that, but I implied that.
Yeah. So we're back at Beacon Academy, and we finally slept through a whole night. And when we woke up, it was not one of our characters we'd met at that point waking up. It was Ren waking up to the wonderful anti-lullaby of Miss Nora Valkyrie.
Yes. Nora, Nora.
The redhead.
She's so bubbly and so chatty.
Right when he wakes up and all he's doing is like, I just want to eat my breakfast and brush my teeth. He's going through these very mundane tasks while she's in the background essentially word bombing him.
Yes. Though I have a feeling that this is a commonality for them, and he's just kind of like, I gotta go, just get through this. But hey, you know, they've been friends for a very long time, so you have to put up with your friends' faults as well as their strengths as well.
And we also met our resident celebrity, Miss Pyrrha.
Yes. She is on a breakfast cereal, yes. And that's the most important thing that we need to know. Not that she won something for 4 years in a row. Or
exactly.
Top of her class. She's on a breakfast cereal box.
She looks like Xena, and she was on a cereal box. It's a thing.
Yes.
I mean, is that an accurate description?
Well, yes. Though she doesn't have Lucy Lawless's attitude in the show.
No, she's actually a lot more personable than I would have figured for a celebrity. Like, I thought the personality that we saw from Weiss...
This looks silly, doesn't it?
No.
Okay.
Not in my opinion.
Okay.
Comments may have something else to say. The personality we saw from Weiss when we first met her is the personality that I would have expected from Pyrrha. When I heard of all her accomplishments and all that kind of stuff. The gruff, I'm better than you, that's what I would have figured. She's very personable, and she's kind of flirtatious. But we'll get into that in episode 5. Say again?
Which we've already watched.
Yeah. We'll get into that episode 5. Then they go out to Emerald Forest, and Professor Ozpin catapults them off a cliff. Whilst attempting to ignore Jean's one single question, do we have parachutes?
No, parachutes.
There's no parachutes. I literally wrote that. No parachutes. Oh. No capes.
No parachutes. even though RWBY has a cape, she has, it's more of a hoodie rather than a cape. But anyways.
That's true.
Moving on.
And it cuts off there. We go into episode 5. There was the whole thing about you pick your teams by when you land whoever you see first.
Yes.
RWBY landed, went maybe 30 feet, and she ran right into Weiss.
Yeah.
Right into Weiss.
And then Weiss immitedly
turned around and pretended she never saw her. She was like, no.
Saw Jean, and then lesser of the two.
Jean hanging from a tree because Pyrrha saved him with a spear from I kid you not, across the forest. She saw him falling, aimed her spear through it, and hooked his collar into a tree. Deep enough for him to hang.
And that is why she's on the box of a cereal. Breakfast cereal. Because of that right there. I'm going to be pushing that for now on.
Yes, exactly. Pyrrha saves Jean, and she kind of, when she walked up to get her spear back, she kind of flirted with him a little bit.
Well, I mean, that's fun of him a little bit.
Yes, I was going to say, I caught it more flirtatious. Yeah. That smirk is really hard to misinterpret. She was like, so is there any room for your left on your team? And he's like, very funny, and she just smirks. But it wasn't like a, haha, I proved you wrong. It was more of a, all right, you're cute, kid. Yeah. I'll give it to you. Let's see. There was, and Weiss found the first monster seconds after Ruby left her to go look for monsters. Like, she's like, I'm good in a fight. You may find me annoying, but I can...
Why do you do this? Sorry. I need to put this away. All right. All right. Shall we get into...
So... oh my gosh. Yeah. So she's like, I may be annoying, but I'm good in a fight. So you just let me know when there's something to fight. And she takes off, and every time she runs, and I noticed this, and I asked him about it, if you watched last week's episode, the rose petals.
Yes.
Every time she runs, there's rose petals left behind.
Or she
and I didn't know if that was just an animation thing, or if it's actually storyline thing. And he said it's storyline, so I'm very intrigued to find out about that.
That's about all I can say.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that. But yeah, Weiss found the first monster. I'm assuming it's some form of wolf, because all we saw was red eyes sticking out of the forest.
Yeah. And you know, red eyes coming out of the darkness is always a good thing. You know, they always have presents for you.
It's a basket full of cookies.
Yay.
Wow. Okay.
I'm your grandma. Here's some cookies.
That was less wolf and more cookie monster.
Cookie Monster talk more like this. Nom 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 nom. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Let's get into the next couple of.
I heard the same thing.
Do what?
I was saying the comments can let me know if they heard something different, because I heard the same exact voice just now.
Okay.
Episode 6.
Episode 6 and 7. We're going to take a small little thing in the middle to discuss just some brief notes on.
Yep, exactly.
Then get into 7 and. Here we go! Trees! Oh, obviously.
Jean's still hanging from a tree?
No. Oh, hey, it's Yang.
Yang.
Hello?
Hi. Uh-oh.
Is anyone out there? Hello? I'm getting bored here. Is someone there? Ruby, is that you?
Nope.
She said nope.
You guys wouldn't happen to have seen a girl in a red hood, would you? You could just say no.
Very bear-like.
Jeez, you two couldn't hit the broadside of a...
Oh. We know what happens after that in the trailer.
No touchy, hairy.
You monster!
Combo!
What? You want some too?
Oh.
Huh? Hey, teammates.
Hey. Blake.
I could have taken him.
Yes, we know.
Remember your training, Weiss. Head up, shoulders back, right foot forward. Not that forward. Slow your breathing, wait for the right time to strike, and... now!
Whoops.
Hey, watch it! Excuse me, if you attacked out of turn, I could have killed you.
What?
I'll have to try a lot harder than that.
Oh. Oh.
We have to go.
Forest fire! Only you can prevent forest fires. Unless you start them intentionally.
What was that? That should have been easy. Well, perhaps amount of caution with the placement of your strikes, I wouldn't have set the forest on fire. What's that supposed to mean? I'm just surprised that someone that talks so much would communicate so little during an encounter.
Well, I'm sorry that you need my help to win a fight. I'm just fine on my own.
Well, congratulations on being the strongest child to sneak your way into Beacon.
Ooh.
Bravo.
She didn't sneak her way. Ooh. There is a feather. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was some of that bird that Ruby took out in the episode.
It's very possible.
Hi, bird. Uh-oh.
Hey, Pierre and John.
Gunfire. It seems some of our comrades have encountered the enemy.
Oh!
John, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just a scratch.
Why didn't you activate your aura?
Huh?
Your aura.
Gesundheit.
John, do you know what aura is?
Of course I do. Do you know what aura is?
Aura is the manifestation of our soul. It bears our burdens and shields our hearts. Have you ever felt like you were being watched without knowing that someone was there?
Yeah.
Snack.
With practice, our aura can
That's
be
a
our
big
shield.
rubber boy.
Everyone has it, even animals.
What about monsters?
No, the monsters we fight lack a soul. They are creatures of greed. The manifestation of anonymity. They are the darkness, and we are the light.
Right. That's why we fight them.
It's not about why. It's about knowing. Understanding both dark and light helps us manifest our aura. Everyone has some of both. By bearing your soul outward as a force, you can deflect harm. All of our tools and equipment are conduits for aura. You project yourself and your soul when fighting.
It's like a force field!
Yes, if you want to look at it that way. Now, close your eyes and concentrate.
Okay.
For it is in passing that we achieve immortality. Through this, we become a paragon of virtue and glory to rise above all, infinite in distance and unbound by death. I release your soul, and by my shoulder protect thee.
Kira?
It's all right. I used my aura to unlock yours, but the energy that protects you now is your own. You have a lot of it.
Wow. I still don't think that's what a sloth sounds like.
All right. Episode 6. You seem to be concentrating on writing stuff. What?
Do you want me to read what the last thing I wrote was? Because
Okay.
that's my number one thought. Nora is useless in a fight.
Oh, you haven't seen her yet.
Only
so-
because she just watched Ren take down 2 giant snakes and was apparently hanging out in a tree the whole time. Just watching.
well,
But it wasn't until this coast was clear she was like, I'm like, you knew you were a team. Why didn't you help? But okay, sure. Okay.
You're going to change that statement soon.
Oh, I'm not worried. I'm just saying she was useless in that fight. There we go.
That
That
particular.
fight.
Well, I think the fight was pretty much a
A warm up.
Well, I wouldn't say warm up. It was more of like something to accent what Pyrrha was saying.
Yeah, I fully understand that. Yeah.
So
I was joking. That's why I put LOL.
yeah, okay.
I was
All
joking
right.
about, but I was just sitting here like the whole time. Ren is fighting. I'm like, where's Nora? Those two were like inseparable. And then she shows up at the very end of the fight, basically in sitcom fashion. Hey, what'd I miss? Like, that's basically what that was.
I mean, she knew that he had it. So
That's
excuse me, especially with him pulling the fangs out of it and shoving one through the eye, and then proceeding to palm strike it through the head and blowing it out. Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. So I got Yang gets attacked by spiky bears.
Yes.
Wolf bears.
They're
I'm
just
not sure.
Those are just bear-esque.
Oh, okay. I was
The
like, they had the
others-
head of bears,
yeah.
but the bodies of wolves. So I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. Blake saved Yang, and they became teammates.
Yes.
Weiss caused a fire in the forest, and because of that,
Because of Ruby getting in her way and getting out of attack turn.
yeah,
For those of you in RPGs, you know what, or D&D, you know what that means.
that's the one thing about Final Fantasy that I don't like is the fight choreography, the fight style, because it's like you do your whole bouncing thing, and then it's like cha cha, and then you go back to bouncing while someone else takes a turn. I'm like,
well,
I have
some
all
of
the
them.
power right now. Why can't I just take them out myself?
And a lot of them, yes, that are actual like turn-based. I think there's like, I think it was 12. It was actual. They implemented, the flowing, more free-flowing combat style
Yeah,
in Final Fantasy 12. Which,
I don't like turn-based fighting in video games. I'm just throwing that out there.
yeah. Anyways,
Let's see. That's causing them to already have to fight.
yeah.
Jean and Pierre are apparently. It wasn't
Partners.
just a joke. They're actually teammates
Yes.
now. And Pierre unlocked Jean's aura.
Yes.
And then again, Nora was useless in that fight.
One would argue that
She was a spectator.
She just liked watching him work. Some would say.
Oh, I'd say a little something.
Okay. But and then she did the upside down boop thing on his nose.
Yes.
Good.
I saw the boop. That was a very good nose boop.
Yeah.
A boop at a schnosh.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go into episode 7, last episode for this batch here. Oh, hey, I was spinning.
Our last pair has
Good
been
witch.
formed, sir. Nora Valkyrie and Lai Ren. Poor boy. I can't possibly imagine those two getting along. Still, he's probably better off than Miss Nico's. I don't care what his transcripts say. That Jean fellow is not ready for this level of combat. I guess we'll find out soon enough. At their current pace, they should reach the temple within just a few minutes. Speaking of which, what did you use as relics this year? Professor Ozpin?
It's definitely this way. I mean, this way. It's definitely this way. Alright, it's official. We passed it. Why can't you just admit that you have no idea where we're going? Because I know exactly where we're going. We're going to the Forest Temple.
That's more of a destination rather than a direction, but okay.
You know everything. What is that supposed to mean? It means you're a big, stupid jerk, and I hate you. Just keep moving. Oh, just keep moving. Hurry up. Wow, watch where you're going. Why are you so bossy? I'm not bossy. Don't say things like that. Stop treating me like a kid. Stop acting like a kid. Well, stop acting like you're perfect. I'm not perfect. Not yet. But I'm still leagues better than you.
Oof.
You
Man.
don't even know me.
Aha. The temple in the forest.
Think
Forest
this is
temple.
it?
Temple built especially for the forest.
Chess pieces?
Made me think of the Cusco.
Some of them are missing. Looks like we weren't the first ones here.
Well, I guess we should pick one.
Think this is it?
Huh.
I'm not sure this is it.
Pyrrha, I made the torch. Could you at least humor me for maybe 5 more feet?
Whoops.
Do you feel that?
Soul-crushing regret.
No, it's warm.
How about a cute little pony?
Sure.
It's just
It's a
pieces.
knight.
It's a knight, but whatever.
That wasn't too hard.
Well, it's not like this place is very difficult to find.
I don't think that's the point, but whatever.
That's the relic!
That looks like something that's going to hurt you.
Hey! That relic. Gotcha!
John?
Some girl's in trouble. Did you hear that?
It's a giant scorpion.
Oh, Scorpio.
Do something.
John! Whatever you do, don't let...
Go.
Go.
Oh.
Bye.
Blake, did you hear that? What should we do?
Where'd she get thrown from? Okay.
And that is episode 7. Another very short one. Yay! Thoughts?
So much.
A
Okay.
very short episode.
Very short episode, but again, a lot happened. It's a lot to process. Okay, so Professor Ozpin and Glinda are watching the students, which I did not realize there was going to be cameras in the forest.
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting here wondering how they were going to know how the teammates, because it says whoever you lock eyes with first. Not necessarily whoever
Yeah.
you see first, but whoever you lock eyes with. And I'm like, how would they have a way to track that? Now I understand there's cameras.
Yeah.
Okay,
From what I understand, the Emerald Forest is on school grounds. So.
and they just happen to keep it stocked with
Sure.
grim-powered monsters.
Well, I don't. You can say that. The more the show goes on, you'll learn more about the Grimm and stuff like that. But
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
at least they keep like surveillance cameras and stuff like that to say they can monitor the students and whatnot, especially first years and whatnot.
Right.
So,
Okay, so Ruby and Weiss are lost.
yes,
Like, lost. Like, Weiss is just pacing back and forth, and Ruby's just giving up and is playing with a leaf. Okay, then we find the actual Forest Temple, thanks to Yang and Blake. They got there first.
cute
chess
little
pieces.
pony.
Chess pieces, yes.
Yes,
I'm
she
sure
picks
that
up
has
the
something
knight
to do with something, but we'll figure that out probably
later.
3 episodes down because we have to deal with the Scorpion first.
Yes, we have a dealing with the scorpion.
That Jean and Pyrrha found. Because they were lost. This is why you do not let the boy who doesn't even understand the lack of a parachute give directions. You pull over on the side of the road, ask directions. Quit being stubborn. Giant scorpion. Loved the shiny gold stinger. That was actually kind of slick.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the those angler fish from
Yep,
the
that's
deep
exactly
sea.
what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah, except this is the land-based version.
That's a giant scorpion.
It's a giant scorpion.
Best line of the episode. Some girl's in trouble.
Yes.
Speaking as someone who has a very high-pitched, girlish scream, I think that's funny because I feel Jean's pain. When I scream, it's not. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit higher than that.
That almost was Chewbacca-esque there.
I did that intentionally.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
I really want to know. Okay, so I saw Blake looking up while Yang was trying to figure out where the noise was coming from. Was she looking up in general, or did she see Ruby flying in before Ruby was in frame?
I think she saw Ruby fly.
Because she's just
like, what
is
the world?
that?
Yeah, exactly.
And
she saw Ruby, something flying in, and then Ruby showed up.
Last we saw, Ruby was yelling, or I'm sorry, getting yelled at by Weiss, and then she's like, "You don't even know me." 5 seconds later, I'm like, I really hope that this is one of those episodes in 8 where it like, this is what you missed, and it tells it from the other perspective. Because otherwise, I have the kind of brain where I'll be coming up with,
timeline
no like
match. Timeline no match.
Well, I would be like, is it like Tenet where this is where Ruby really flies in from the catapult, and the other one is like a past version, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on right now? I just watched Tenet too, so my brain's a little scrambled. If you haven't seen it, it takes like 3 or 4 watches to even comprehend the first 5 minutes.
I don't know if I have that
15
attention
minutes.
span. Okay, I still don't know if I have that attention span. So.
It's about 2.5 hours long, and it requires multiple watching to understand it.
I don't know. I mean,
Because
I was
there's
never really much of a fan of those type of movies, personally.
Yeah, it's a storyline inside a storyline inside a storyline. And so you've got, without spoiling it, you have characters from the end of the movie interacting with characters at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, it's great. It's absolutely great.
There's another one that's kind of sort of like that, but from like the 80s. It's called Millennium. It's another one that's got that time travel-y.
Wibbly wobbly, timey
Yeah.
wimey.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff into it. Yes. So, get off. Okay. So, yeah.
That's all the notes I have for 7. And
really,
you heard my thoughts on 6.
Yeah. And really, I mean, we have another. Obviously, cliffhanger again.
Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of cliffhangers. The first 2 were literal cliffhangers. This one is just
oh look, it's Ruby in the sky,
and Blake isn't moving,
but
she's
no
just
diamonds.
looking at her.
Oh,
wow! Wow! Another callback.
Yeah.
If you're not old enough to know that,
I'm not even
you.
old enough to know that.
I'm 29 and I know that song.
I know that. Yes, true.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm older than you.
I'm saying if
and
you
I'm not
don't
old
get
enough
that reference, you have problems.
Yes. Or you're not old enough. But
No.
anyways.
No, I would say that if you don't know, there's a reason why the dinosaur's name is Lucy. Let's put it that way.
Anyways.
It's a thing. Have you not heard that
Yes,
story?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
History lesson.
Yeah. This is not history react. This is not ATP reacts to history.
We so should do that though. Crazy stories in history that we just did not know. Anyways.
We would have to have a separate research team to do that.
True. Although I did hear something, I'll tell you about it. That's all I got for 7.
I'm not going to say anything. I just know that this next episode, episode 8, is a doozy.
Yep.
So, all right. Until then, this is Chris.
And I'm Drew.
We're signing off. Be sure to do all the subscribey and the pushy likey buttons and the del dingy thingies. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye and bye. Be blessed.